Hey guys, it's been a while. So I moved. That happened.
Okay, let's try the sandwich. It's not bad. Pretty good snack.
Yeah. So WikiHow. We all know what it is, right? It's basically a website in which anyone can post a guide or how to, but since anyone can post on there, this happens. So why not check some of these more interesting ones out? How to act like you didn't fart. No, I am not making this up. This is a real article on here. And it has more than 100,000 views. I'm just imagining someone frantically going on WikiHow. Before we look into it, I want you to pay attention to the descriptive language that they use. You'll see what I mean in a bit. Passing gas is a natural bodily function that happens to everybody, but that doesn't mean it can't still be pretty embarrassing in the wrong setting. Odor and noise might be off-putting to people nearby. And make it obvious that you were the one responsible, leaving you to soak up the shame. An accidental fart at the wrong place and time can lead to some uncomfortable situations, but there are a few smooth ways to cover a southbound wind should you have one slip out by mistake. This is just okay, don't react to it. This is rule number one. You see, guys, this is rule number one. It's not number two, it's number one. So, like, I'm just imagining the show rule book on what to do in this situation. I love the subheading. If the fart is too loud or smells too bad to realistically ignore, you may have to orchestrate an escape plan. What, you just run away? Look perplexed, create a distraction, and get out of there. They're just actually telling you to run away. Cast aspirations. Maybe you've successfully stifled a violent eruption. Blame the dog. Oh my god. Covering your trail. Isolate yourself. Yeah, this may work. Dude, did you hear what he said to him?
Yes, bro.
For real, like
she popped off. Hey, where are you going? What?
actually, yeah.
Hey, what's the smell?
Join a crowd. Not only does this contradict the previous statement, but it just doesn't make sense in general. Like, do you want to cause a scene? The subheadings are always so funny. If you're the type who blushes easily or don't think you're capable of pulling one over on an unsuspecting crowd, consider finding another place to take refuge after easing out a surprise fart. Avoiding accidents. Doing it discreetly. Bend or crouch. Can you imagine doing this in public? And so yeah, I was at their house the other day. Mask it with other noise. Achoo! Choose a soft surface for sitting. The softer, more plush a sitting surface is, I can't. The more it will act as soundproofing for your down under disruption. What is this language they use? If you thought the article was bad, you have to see the comments. What do you do when you're at a sleepover and you both keep passing gas, but there's no one in the room? Make it into a contest. Whoever wins is the farting queen. How to get rid of bad luck. FYI, before we dive into this, I don't believe in like pseudoscience stuff. That's why I find this one kind of weird, but only because I don't get it. I don't want anyone to get like offended by it. If you do believe in this stuff, good for you. I'm just doing this for fun. So first tip, use salt. In order to get rid of many forms of bad luck, you can take a pinch of salt and throw it over your left shoulder. Hear that? Left, not right, left. Okay, I think Giacomo's game is way too loud. Giacomo, abbassa un secondo, sta registrando! Abbassa un po'! Alternatively, you can cleanse your body of bad luck by bathing in salt water. Simply add 2 tablespoons of salt to a bath of hot water. This is called wasting salt. Also, you gross. Don't throw away pieces of broken mirror. You can either take all of the pieces of the mirror and grind them down to dust and scatter it in the wind, or take a single piece of mirror, big enough to reflect, but not big or sharp enough to be dangerous to yourself or anything else, and wait until the next full moon. What? You use the mirror to reflect the full moon and gaze into it. It nullifies the bad luck. You can then Bury the piece of mirror or keep it. What happened to save the planet? Burn incense. Incense. I cannot pronounce this. Incense. Incense. Choose Puget scents like sandalwood or jasmine. I have no idea what those mean. And if you're burning more than one stick, make sure to use an odd number rather than an even number. But why? Why should I use an odd number? It doesn't explain. What? Will it not work if I use an even number? The rest of the article is pretty standard, except maybe the part where you become Naruto and literally leave the country. How to act like a spoiled girl. Why are people searching for this? This article has 95,000 views at the time of this recording and 48 co-authors. Jesus. I like the little subheading they put. Life is like a runaway. Why not make your everyday life luxurious and fun? With spa treatments and self-care, behavior adjustments, you can feel and act like you're living a life of a luxurious, spoiled girl. I have lost all faith in humanity. Wear good quality clothes at all times and never appear slovenly. Wear quality and expensive jewelry. Have a sense of style. Some rich girls are preppy, so you should look into becoming a preppy too. Have a rich girl vocabulary. This is why I don't like these articles. Wear whatever you want to wear. Speak however you want to speak. Please don't follow this advice. I can just imagine like a little girl stumbling upon this article and then feeling like she has to act a certain way or dress a certain way because she wants to mimic the luxurious life that this article is trying to convey. In defense of this article, there is some genuinely good advice, like for example, practicing good hygiene, or maybe considering taking a job to earn money, or maybe shopping at places where there's cheaper prices, which contradicts what they said previously. There's also a tip that tells you to stand up for yourself if someone's bullying you. And see, these are genuinely good advice. But the problem is, it's mixed up with all these terrible ones. Like, the people writing these articles need to consider that most people on this website, I assume, I don't really know, but based on how the website looks alone, the big cartoony like images, the small text, I'd assume that most of the people visiting it are young people. And so some of these articles are almost supporting toxic behavior, like how to be a loner at school. This should not be something to be encouraged. I mean, if this article was how to get some alone time or maybe how to deal with social anxiety, then I would understand. But no, this article is actively supporting toxic behavior, like not starting a conversation, isolating yourself, avoiding eye contact, sitting alone at lunch, stuff that could seriously impede the social skills and social development of a young child, or even a teen my age. I won't go in depth in this article because I don't like that it's supporting this kind of behavior. Even if it is just, oh, it's just for fun, you shouldn't follow this advice, then why would you write it in the first place? Anyways, let's move on. How to increase the power of Mercury in astrology. Oh my god, not this again. Chant a Mercury mantra. What am I doing? How to act at a girl's house. Ask for a tour to get a lay of the land. So this is your room, you say?
Yeah, please leave.
Anyways, that's all for today. If you enjoyed it, please let me know by liking this video and consider subscribing. Tell me what was your favorite article down in the comments below. And with that, I'm out. Bye!